Are you starting off the new year in debt? We're on your side, giving you some tips on how you can bail yourself out. 9 on your side's consumer reporter John Matarese has some hints on what you should and shouldn't do if you want to get on track.
Now that it's the new year, how big is your holiday shopping hangover? If you're like a lot of tri-staters, you're probably facing more than $1,000 in December bills alone. So how can you chip away at your debt for 2015? Well, we decided to revisit our friend Dave Ramsey for some New Year's tips for getting out of debt.
Everyone can start fresh. Everyone can go from where you are.
The man is a superstar to millions of people who are deep in debt.
Anyone in America today can get out of debt.
Ramsey, with his daughter Rachel at his side, now preaches what he learned in those dark days.
The biggest thing about getting out of debt is really getting angry about it. You've got to get ticked off about living your life in such a way that you're going to retire broke and that you work too hard to be this broke.
But Ramsey says his plan can help. He shared with me 9 tips or baby steps for getting out of debt. Tip number 1 is the most painful: stop shopping and sell what you don't need.
You got to get in attack mode. You got to sell so much stuff the kids think they're next.
Tip 2, cut up the credit cards.
Most people struggle with credit cards. Very few people handle them well, and so I just don't suggest them.
He says a debit card or plain old cash will make you think twice about every purchase.
When you start spending real cash, you feel it. Ouch. I mean, if you carry Uncle Benjamin Franklin around a little while, he becomes part of the family, and then you put him out for adoption, it hurts.
Tip 3, skip the big car loan. Buy only as much car as you can afford.
I'd ride a bicycle before I'd have a car payment. The average car payment in North America right now is $478 over 84 months. If you invest that from age 30 to age 70 instead of paying a car payment, you'd have $5.6 million.
Tip 4, stash away some cash for emergencies.
You save $1,000, your starter emergency fund. That's really kind of getting started.
5, pay off those credit cards, starting with the one with the highest interest rate first. Once you pay off your cards, come tips 6, 7, and 8. Save for the kids' college, try to pay off your mortgage in 15 years, and give some money to charity. Many of his 8 million followers may not get that far, but Ramsey gives them a path. And more importantly, the final tip he shares is to have hope that things will get better.
When people have lost their hope, they've lost their energy. When they think the only light at the end of the tunnel is an oncoming train, they just don't believe.
Finally, Ramsey says he's not a big fan of New Year's resolutions. He says more than 1/3 of resolutions are broken by late January. He says instead, set goals for 2015 a little bit at a time. You can read much more of my interview with Dave Ramsey on WCPO.com so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese, 9 on your side.